What is up, everybody? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, The Hot Commodity, joined by my friend and co-host. Introduce yourself, sir.
Chris, sorry, I'm Chris. Happy to be here. Talk about AEW. I'm currently watching All Out to my right now. So we are recording this late, but I'm gonna pretend All Out's not on right now.
Yeah, we're gonna pretend like we don't know. I mean, I don't know anything yet. I'm sure you know some things, but we'll talk.
I know a little bit, so
Okay.
I'm not gonna spoil anything.
So yes, we are covering All Elite Wrestling Dynamite from September 4th, 2024, live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is the last Dynamite before All Out. And we start off the night with Daniel Garcia coming out. He calls out MJF, but MJF is sitting in the crowd in the stands. MJF says, Danny, I'm up here, bud. I don't want to ruin our big match by whooping your ass tonight. I don't want any excuses when I break your pencil neck. Unlike you, I don't attack from behind like a coward. Daniel Garcia says everything about you is fake. You have fake love for AEW. Last week, I said I was obsessed with ruining your life. I want you and the people you love to suffer. If you can find a woman who can stay for over a year, have a kid with you, and tell him, and I'm going to tell him that daddy used to be a wrestler. MJF says, You don't realize when I dumped you on your head, I was trying to do you a solid. You can't trust anyone. These people used to love me. Then I got too big and they turned on me. You don't want their love. The more you rise, the more they want to watch you fall. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen by putting you in a wheelchair. Your mom will take care of you, and you won't be the only man laying in her bed she's happy to attend to. And then Daniel Garcia goes after MJF, but guards block him. MJF ends up breaking a bottle over Daniel Garcia's head, causing him to bleed. And then MJF puts his arm around Garcia and says, Do you mind if I take a seat, Danny? And this life, every man must go through hell before they reach paradise. Thanks to you, you have wakened something in me that was dormant too long. I'm going to send you straight to paradise. And for that, you can thank me later. And then MJF kisses Daniel Garcia. Strong words here from MJF, basically calling Daniel Garcia's mom a whore. And he ends up breaking that bottle over Garcia's head. And, I don't know who has MJF obviously has the advantage leading into this match. But those are strong words from both of these guys. Both of these guys really want to cripple each other. What are your thoughts?
I like MJF becoming heel. I'm happy we're seeing that again. I think that's ultimately what he needs. A lot of people I know liked MJF. I'm not a part of the internet wrestling community anymore, so I don't know what they say about it now. But a couple of my friends from there didn't like the fact that MJF became heel again, which I don't know why. Excuse me, hold up. Right. I mean these spicy chips, and I'm like, I don't think
It's
about
okay.
that. Anyway, that's why we fell in love with MJF, right? Because he was the heel. He was like, holy shit, like I mean, not him just doing the baby face and being nice. It's just it just doesn't feel like the MJF that I like or that most of the people seem to like. Um, I don't really know too much of what happened in the match. I kind of paid attention. I didn't pay too much attention because college football's on, but like we're gonna rewatch everything. But there should be a strong momentum um going into all out.
Yeah, it was a good promo. It got me excited to see who is going to win between the two. Uh, we have a Continental Championship on the line. Okada defending against Kyle Fletcher with Don Callis. And this was a really good back and forth match. Kyle Fletcher lands a brainbuster to Okada on the apron. Okada big boots Kyle Fletcher over the railing. Okada then lands a hard clothesline and a drop kick. Kyle hits a tombstone for a two. And then Okada pushes Kyle Fletcher into the referee, hits the low blow, and then Okada hits the Rainmaker to retain the Continental Championship. However, after the match, Konosuke Takeshita comes out and Okada backs off. And it looks like we're going to get a match. I know we have, I'm pretty sure Takeshita's advanced to the Fatal 4-Way at All Out, but what are your thoughts on the match and Konosuke Takeshita? Am I saying it right? I don't know.
Coach, I take a shit. take a shit. Takeshita, I think, is one of the best wrestlers they have in that roster that they don't use well at all. I hope he beats Okada, even though that championship really doesn't mean shit. Kyle Fletcher, they need to do more with him. AEW Grand Slam is coming to Australia, his hometown. I do feel like they should build him up a little more serious. He's really good in the ring. I'd liked him since he was in New Japan. Um, this is a good match. You know, obviously no real story behind it, but that's AEW. Yeah, we'll see what happens tonight, but I really hope Okada loses that shit because he has not been doing anything interesting since he's come to AEW.
I agree. Like I really was a fan of like when I heard he was coming up, I was like, oh, he's gonna do some crazy stuff. But ever since he's been there, like he really hasn't been. He's been acting kind of like a pussy, and I don't really know if that was his gimmick before.
He's been doing the bullshit Japanese comedy because his English isn't that good, so it's kind of funny.
It's stupid. We then see footage of Swerve Strickland buying his childhood home, which we'll talk about later. We then see Jamie Hayter defeat Robyn Renegade after a Haterade, and the commentators are basically saying that Jamie Hayter wants to get her hands on Saraya, which we'll probably see happen. Not much to talk about there. I'm excited that Jamie Hayter is back, but right now she's just beating jobbers, so there's really nothing with her storyline right now. We see FTW champion Hook confronting Roderick Strong backstage, and Hook challenges Roderick Strong tonight to a match. Strong tells Hook, "No, I'll fight you soon," and Hook will be the first to know when he wants the title. So down the line, we'll obviously see Roderick Strong and Hook. Don't really care about this title. I feel like it's really stupid. We've talked about this before, how the title really doesn't mean anything. So with that being said, I really don't feel like there's really much to discuss that.
They need to retire the championship. They should have done it after the Samoa Joe storyline.
I agree. It's just kind of, it's not 1999 anymore. Marina, Shafir, and Jon Moxley beat up security guards backstage. They walk over to Jack Perry and the Young Bucks, and Jon Moxley tells Jack Perry that he's a sweet kid. Jon Moxley and Marina then come out to the ring. And John says, I wonder if Darby Allin is in Milwaukee. Some years ago, I fought a kid who lived in his car. I beat his ass for 20 minutes, and after the match, that kid smiled. Darby Allin plays the game how it's supposed to be played. The clock is ticking. I don't want to apply pressure, but I will. Darby, I just want to talk. This is interesting. I know you're not really a fan
I don't know what his... No, I'm not a fan of Jon Moxley, but what the hell?
What is it that he wants with Darby Allin? Is he trying?
Right. What is it that he wants with Darby Allin? I'm so confused. Does he want the TNT title, or is it something personal?
I have a theory.
I want to find out.
And this is a fucked up theory, and it's probably not going to work. But you know what I automatically thought about? Isn't Darby one of the 4 pillars?
Technically.
Okay. Another pillar, wasn't that Jack Perry at one point?
Jack Perry, Guevara, MJF, Darby Allin.
What if he is trying to start like an invasion, but using the pillars as the guys to be the ones to do it? In a way of like, we built up AEW, we're this company, and now it's changing up. Because it's weird that he said to Jack Perry, you're a sweet kid. He wants to talk to Darby Allin.
That's interesting. I didn't think of it like that.
The only thing those two have in common is that they were considered the 4 pillars of AEW. Yeah. Now, if he gets to Sammy and MJF, then it's complete. And I don't think that any of those guys are in big enough storylines to where that can't happen. That's just a theory, and it's probably completely wrong.
Like that, he could be right.
But I mean, why else would he want to talk to Darby Allin? And like everyone's thinking he wants to fight him. No, I think he wants to recruit these guys to take over AEW and kind of say, we were the original ones here. These new people are coming in and taking over. And like, I don't know. That's my theory on that. We don't know what's going on, but we should be finding out soon. We then get AEW Women's Champion Mariah May defeating Nyla Rose after after Mariah drops Nyla onto the ring steps and then lands a Storm Zero, and Mariah May retains the title. Not a great match because Nyla Rose isn't that good of a wrestler. She's like Nyla Jax if Nyla was a man. But I'm sorry, Nia. I called her Nyla. If Nia was a man, but Mariah May looks good. I mean,
Nyla Rose is a man, right?
yeah, well, that's why I'm saying it. Like she's Nia Jax if Nia was a man. But it's pretty much that's what it is. But good to see Mariah May retain the title. I wish she was defending it on the pay-per-view, but what are your thoughts on Mariah May retaining?
I mean, I don't like when these champions in AEW just have these quick matches right away. But whatever.
100%. I mean,
I wonder who our next big C is going to be against, though.
I have a feeling it's going to be Toni Storm again. I mean, she used the Storm Zero. It's like, why? She's trying to really get rid of her, I think. Speaking of women, we got AEW TBS champion Mercedes Mone coming out to the ring with Camille. Mercedes says, I'm feeling a type of way after defending my New Japan Women's Championship strong title. Hikaru Shida feels strong. How can you call yourself the ace when you're not the face? I'm the face of this company. Come all out, Shida. You're going to learn there's a price to play when you mess with Mercedes Mone. And then Shida appears on the Titantron, and Shida says, you know you can't beat the ace. And then Christopher Daniels shows up and tells Camille that she is banned from ringside in this match. And then Shida says, sayonara, bitch. And that is how this promo ends with Mercedes Mone drawing a fit in the ring. Obviously, Mercedes is going to retain some other way. Some other chick is going to help her out or something's going to happen. But are you looking forward to this match?
No.
You go, no.
I don't look forward to anything Mercedes Mone does. I already explained. She's like grind your nails on a chalkboard. She's fucking horrible on the mic. I say the same shit about her every week. Tired of saying it. She's bad. She needs to. I can't believe Tony Khan is paying her the amount of money she's getting paid.
She's like a modern day Hulk Hogan, literally.
It's reportedly $13 million.
Wow.
For Mercedes Mone.
Wow.
And Okada, Mercedes Mone, and now Swerve Strickland are the 3 top paid AEW wrestlers. Think about that.
That's crazy. She doesn't deserve it, in my opinion. I mean, she's good, but
I don't know if A, Tony is retarded, or B, he tried making an investment in his women's division and failed rotten. Because Mercedes Mone has the name. She's been in WWE forever, main event at WrestleMania. I mean,
well, now I wonder though down the line who's going to take the title from her, because obviously someone's going to, but we'll have to. I don't know. We'll have
Should have been Britt Baker. Should have happened already.
I hear you.
Should have happened.
I think it's good for her to lose though and win it though. I think Britt could win it and have it not be tainted with her winning it because she's done. We then see.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I just don't. I will always have a bad taste in my mouth that they didn't book Mercedes because she was quote unquote injured for almost a year, and then her first match at Double Nothing, she wins the championship. That just will never sit right with me.
It's totally Hulk Hogan 2.0, man.
Hulk Hogan going into WCW.
Totally, he booked himself to a corner. The Young Bucks and Jack Perry
said it too.
Yeah, he did.
Mercedes Mone. She literally says Tony Khan and her have Tony Khan has a guy that helps her book her own shit.
Yeah.
She said it on a podcast. I was like, oh my God. All right, I keep cutting you off. My bad.
No, you're totally fine. But that's a problem that's going to happen with AEW that WCW had a problem with is that you're building these wrestlers up to control things and they're not going to want to give up. Think about when Mercedes got pissed when she lost the women's tag titles and threw a fit. I mean, who knows what's going to happen. But we have the Young Bucks and Jack Perry backstage. Jack says, I heard Bryan Daniels' career was coming to an end. I changed the person I was. Someone like you could have helped me, but you didn't. It's not going to be a happy ending at All Out. So that's why Jack Perry is pissed. He feels like Bryan Danielson could have helped him, but never did. I don't think that's a strong enough reason for this match to happen. But who am I to talk when we just had with WWE Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes for no reason? So we'll see what happens. Bryan Danielson comes out for commentary, and we have our next match, the Trios Champion Pack, Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta taking on the AEW International Champion Will Ospreay, Kyle O'Reilly, and Orange Cassidy. During this is a great match between all 6 of these guys. Claudio uppercuts Kyle O'Reilly and then swings Kyle 10 times, and then Wheeler Yuta
I hate when he does that.
But during the match, though, we saw Will Ospreay and Pac fight on the ramp, and then Will Ospreay dives off the stage onto Pac, and then those guys are gone from the match after that. Afterwards, though, Jack Perry and the Young Bucks and Okada attack the Blackpool Combat Club and Bryan Danielson. The Young Bucks hold Danielson, and the Blackpool Combat Club fight back. Danielson goes to stomp Jack Perry, but the Young Bucks pull Perry out. Claudio says, "You kids just made the biggest mistake of your life. Now that I'm looking at those titles, me and Yuta want a match against you two at All Out." And then Bryan Danielson said, "As for you, Jack, we have been so sick and tired of seeing you. I guarantee you at All Out, Jack Perry, you're going to get your fucking head kicked in." So we've got a tag title match made, Claudio and Wheeler against the Young Bucks, and we got Bryan Danielson promising to stop Jack Perry's head in. What are your thoughts?
Look, I didn't hate on this, even though I hate Orange Cassidy. I thought this was very well. It was a good match, but they just threw another storyline at Will Ospreay that's only going to last a week just for a good match. Like, I don't get this booking sometimes by Tony. Like, the pay-per-views are always really good. It's just the booking going into them sometimes is just so questionable. Like, it's just like they need to be more patient with the booking, the storylines, and stop just jumping the shit just to fucking have it. That's why, like, you're gonna run out of dream matches, quote unquote. Like, I don't know. It just kind of frustrates me because you could have this match any other time.
Yeah.
You could have planned it out. You don't have to have a pay-per-view right before or right after your biggest show of the year or a week after your biggest show of the year. Seriously, you're still doing a Chicago market when you don't have CM Punk after the biggest show of your year.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, why are they, doing that? But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like they are just trying to capitalize on they're just trying to capitalize on everything that's going on. So I don't know. I think it's stupid that they're doing all of this. However, I understand why. They're still trying to get people, and they're still trying to show that CM Punk wasn't as important as he claims to be. I feel like is what they're trying to do here, and I don't think that's right. But we'll see what happens. How the fans.
By the way,
what?
I'm on Twitter right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you idiots need to stop saying in the wrestling community that Becky Lynch is debuting tonight. Stop being delusional.
Yeah, Becky's not going to. Becky's not going
to AEW.
No, that's not happening. She is still getting her shit together. Like, she just see, and people are dumb because why would you even? I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of some people's thoughts sometimes,
people
but
saying Becky's going to AEW tonight with Shane McMahon.
Well, sure.
Shane McMahon might be possible.
Shane might pop up definitely, but not Becky. We then go backstage again after that segment, and we see Pac nailing a brain buster to Will Ospreay on a crate. We've got those two fighting it all out. And with 6 minutes left, let's cover this last segment. Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana come out for the contract signing, but we see Hangman Adam Page show up on the Titantron going into Swerve's home. Adam says, you are a hard man to find. You got nothing other than the ring you stand in. You showed me something important to you, your childhood home. I can see your mom fixing your supper, your dad watching TV. I bet he regrets having you. What a world it would have been had you never been born. You told me last week you watched me carry my pregnant wife to the hospital. You told me to choose between vengeance and peace, but for me, it's not much of a choice. They are one and the same. I told you I wanted to burn your world to the ground. This Saturday, locked in a cage, I'm going to take what's left of you. You will be begging for my mercy, but I won't give it to you. Say goodbye to ever holding the AEW title. Say goodbye to everything. And tonight, you get to say goodbye to Swerve's house. And then Adam Page sets Swerve Strickland's childhood home on fire. He sits on a recliner, and Swerve is freaking out. This steel cage match could be even more barbaric than their Texas Death match that they had. What are your thoughts? That was a crazy scene. You know, that was a nice image to see. That fire blowing up that house. I'm a victim of a house fire, so I know it's no fun. But what did you think of that final segment?
I thought this was fucking great.
Yeah.
They need something like this. I don't even care that they're doing this match for like a fifth time. I don't. Usually I hate it, but I don't mind. This is good. This is good shit. Personal. They haven't had this in a long time. They need something like this, and I'm not a fan of it either because, like, I kind of cringed at it a little bit because, like, I mean, I don't think that's fake. A part of me wants to believe it's like CGI'd or something, but I hope so. But it's like, damn, like for storyline purpose, like, damn, like that's crazy. Like, I would kill Hangman if he ever did that. Like, if he burned this is the only house I've ever lived in. Like, I lived in this house for 21 years. If he burned this house, I'd kill him. But at the same time, do we blame Hangman? We can't blame Hangman. He literally broke into his pregnant wife's house when he wasn't there. Like, you can't blame him. And Swerve's threatening to do it again. Like he said, like, you can feel for Swerve, but you can't blame Hangman at the end of the day. As much as I hate him, you can't blame him.
I feel like this match is going to end with someone being unconscious. Like, I think it's going to get to, like, no one's going to die in the ring, but I feel like it's going to have to get to that point because, like, you're making good points. All these things they're doing, you would kill somebody. They already almost killed each other in the Texas Death Match. They're going to have to one up that. My question for you before
I don't know if they can one up that.
Oh, I don't think so. They probably can't, but they're going to have to try. My question for you before we wrap up is, what match are you looking forward to, or what match do you think is going to steal the show at All Out?
Definitely Swerve and Hangman. That is
Pac and Ospreay will be good too.
That is like the only match I want to see.
I thought you were waiting for Ospreay and Pac.
That too.
It's
but now that I'm actually thinking about it, I would love to see Ospreay, or I would love to see the what's it called, the Swerve and Hangman.
Yeah.
What match is going on right now? Let's see.
Is it Chris and Willow still?
No.
I'm excited for that steel cage match.
Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be a good match.
It's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be a good show. It's already happening now as we're recording this, but we will definitely give you our recap of the full pay-per-view with our thoughts on it. We might get a surprise like Shane McMahon. We're not gonna see Becky Lynch. But who knows what could happen? They might bring new people. Anything can happen with the environment for wrestling today. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. We'll be coming back with a Dynamite recap. We've got Raw, SmackDown, Bad Blood's coming up in October. A lot of good stuff coming your way. So until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.